Special Agent Musso.
What do you want from me, Musso?
I own you, General.
Firstly, huge fan of the show. Kevin, you're, joining the show is kind of what we would see as the antagonist because, you're federal, I suppose. But, what makes your new character kind of a different kind of threat to Dwight?
Yeah, it's built into the title, Special Agent Musso. Very federal. It's adversarial relationship. So that's always fun to play. In life, my closest friends, my brother, we love to give each other the gears. And you might call it taking the piss. There's nothing greater, right? There's nothing more enjoyable. So for me, an opportunity to do that with the amazing and iconic Sylvester Stallone was a bit of a dream come true.
No, I can imagine. And Dana, obviously, with Sly, your character and Dwight, they've got, I think, probably for me, it's actually the series' most interesting relationship. What's that dynamic like going into season 3, after everything that's happened?
Well,
Yes.
I think Margaret has to decide, is this the life that she wants? And I think you can imagine what her answer is. I think that coming from Oklahoma and being a strong woman herself, she likes that he's a bad boy. She likes that he's a strong guy that can match her. So there's a lot of scenes this season that Sly seems to enjoy writing, where we're kind of like in bed having discussions a lot and reading in bed, which, like an old married couple, which is kind of funny when you think about Sylvester Stallone in bed with glasses reading. It's just not something you think of.
No, well, nobody would ever imagine Rocky Balboa going home to read a John Grisham novel or something at the end of the day with it.
It's tough to go from that to being expendable.
It really, truly is. And Kevin, do you think, can you tease sort of, was it Special Agent Musso or just Agent Musso?
Very special. Very special.
Very, very special.
If the extremely Special Agent Musso,
Yeah.
If he sees Dwight more as somebody to take down, or is Dwight somebody that he can use? Is he a pawn in very Special Agent Musso's plans? And like you said before, was going toe to toe with Stallone that one of those things that really made you want to join?
Yes. Well, there's no question that my character loves to manipulate and control. In this case, Dwight. So it's almost like a heat-seeking missile in terms of agenda and objective. Then when it comes to the doing of it, me personally, my experience with Sly on day one was we're going to improvise as well as any ideas that I had and brought to him. He's one of the most generous people I've ever worked with. So all of it turned into making it one of the greatest jobs I've ever had, experiences. Very lovely crew and cast. I mean, it's the infrastructure of the Taylor Sheridan universe is extraordinary. Everyone's very generous, but they're also very grateful to be a part of it. That's sort of a uniform. And it's a great environment to thrive in.
Dana, for you, how do you think that Margaret, as a character from somebody she's outside the mob world, how do you think she views kind of Dwight's pull between his need to sort of protect his family, but also be involved in crime and sort of be the man? How do you think she views that kind of conflict?
I think she has some questions about it, but she knows that she loves this big lug and she wants to be part of his world. So she's kind of on the periphery. She's mob adjacent. She's kind of doing things behind the scenes to help him. At some point, I think she's going to have to look at herself and think, who have I become?
And one last thing I'd like to actually ask both of you is, you've both talked about sort of the surreal nature of, you'll know him as Sly, but there's also the persona of Sylvester Stallone. How do you bring those together? When you start a job like this, how do you approach the idea of this is a superstar who I've known my entire life, and then suddenly he's a colleague? What's that like going from starstruck almost to collegiate and friendly.
I still haven't gotten over it. I tell you, I get on the set and I see him, and I get all flustered still. And I just get tickled by him, that I'm working with him, that he's so great, he's so charming, he's so charismatic, and I get home sometimes at night and laugh to myself so hard that this is my life. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, given his origin story, and now he held out to star in the movie he had written with Rocky, is so inspiring. And then to follow that with one of the most iconic careers, it's very intimidating, but also very exciting to be invited into his universe, right? And then to find one of the most disarming and charming scene partners was surprising, and it does make you a little less intimidated and more celebratory and giddy. Yeah, I agree. There's a sense of, I can't believe this is happening. That's sort of present at all times.
I mean, that's exactly how I feel when I get to do things like this. So I know exactly how you feel. That's me. I'm all done. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck with season 3. And I'll hopefully speak to you both again in the future.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.